my God, yeah. I mean, and I'm with you, Hex Girl. I mean, yeah, not selling either. It's one of those things where, you know, you just kind of continue to sit on your hands, continue to DCA, and maybe find better things to do than just, you know, Corey Geary talks about it on his show all the time, and he's right. Like, mindlessly doom scrolling or checking Twitter all day, every day. I mean, like, we've talked about it on this show many times. Like, being attached at the hip to crypto 24/7 is just not going to be the healthiest thing for you, especially because, as we know, the entire market spends most of its time in a down or sideways trend, and the ups are euphoric and limited in time. So, we'll continue this conversation as we just check on the Bitcoin and ETH price probably, and just continue with the mindset stuff. But I feel where you guys are all coming from tonight. It's been a tough last few years for us as well, and it's just kind of continuing to hang in there. Or, you know, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I mean, a lot of people have exited, not just this ecosystem, obviously, but crypto in general. So, yeah, just kind of waiting for things to turn around. And if you have to get up every day and ask yourself, like, how much do I believe in this stuff? Do I really want to improve my quality of life? You know, what other avenues do I see that I can do that? And just fire on all those cylinders. And if you still come to the end of the day, even with all the doubts that you have with what's been going on in this cycle and all the frustrations, if you still come to the end of the day and it's like, this is what I would choose all over again, you just have to keep waking up and doing it.
And I think that's a big one. One of the last things that you said is, what other option do I have to possibly turn this amount of money into crazy gains that I don't have any other way of doing? You know what I mean? I think that's the most important question that you have to ask yourself. Because is there another way that I could do this, where if it really is stressing you out, to answer that question? Is there another way to get these sizable returns for my investment? And if the answer is no, then stop stressing yourself out about it, and have conviction and believe that this is the right thing to do.
And a good comment from Digital Money Marcus here. Yeah, about, like, it's so funny because, you know, a lot of people, I think, got into their crypto journey like, okay, I'm going to get into this. And yeah, some people come in with a lottery ticket mindset and get rich quick, and they're going to lose from the beginning. But some people do rationally think, maybe I can get, you know, an amount of money that was unthinkable for me over a 30-year time horizon, just investing in the old way. And all of a sudden, and I'm guilty of this too, all of a sudden your time frame as you're in crypto gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's like, no, it has to be this cycle. Like, I absolutely have to. And you could say, like, you know, we're moving the goalposts or whatever. Time is relative. It's whatever you want to accomplish, what you're trying to do in. But even if it took you 2 cycles to get to where you really wanted to get, 8 years compared to potentially never getting to that point. I mean, we get spoiled when we see some of the gains that can happen in crypto, I think, and then our expectations change. But when you think about it, I mean, most people never would have dreamed of being able to not work for somebody else by the time, you know, they were even, I thought that was going out, by the time they were even like 50, 60 years old. I mean, like, it's just not something that's available to people out there. So, yeah.
Yep. It's one thing that people, you know, you can work till you're pretty much dead and keep putting into a retirement fund. And the way inflation goes, you know, you almost never get ahead. And a lot of people have seen this as an, I don't want to say easy out, because there's nothing easy about it. But it does cut that time frame down. And, you know, I've been here. This will be my 3rd cycle. So, you know, just because people can get rich overnight, it doesn't happen to everybody. And you've got to take a couple steps back and, you know, learn from mistakes, learn what you did wrong, and fix it for the next time.
Yeah, just have the power to stick it out and stick to it. So let's look at Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. So we got BTC. I actually don't even have it pulled up, so I have no idea. I think it's about 94K, 93K or something like that as the camera goes out yet again. And let me see. Got to make some gains this cycle so I can afford a fucking camera. 94K. We got ETH at about 1,800 right now. So Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, really is down as things have been. Bitcoin has actually made So, hey, over the last couple of weeks here, it's ending off April, decently, had a good weekly close last week and starting to move up. We had fear that it was going to go down into the low 70s and we were going to lose the entire kind of bull path and stuff like that. That is not what has happened. It's bounced back up despite everybody being bearish. So that is good. We just still haven't obviously seen ETH really follow along with that yet, as usual. So just as we do weekly, looking at the trend of Bitcoin and the lines that you made there on the chart, Ewok, I mean, where do you think of where we're at right now? Because I think the timeline really has looked good. And I don't know how much I meant to explore this a little bit last week, but like, what do you think the chances could be now that we know some stuff will run into 2026, but could even Bitcoin run into 2026, or at least Ethereum, since it's never done anything this cycle yet? I mean, what are your thoughts on the timeline, how BTC is looking, and how far into the next cycle or into the next year we could go?
I think maybe the altcoins could bleed in, but I don't know that Bitcoin and Ethereum will. Historically, the Bitcoin top and ETH top are usually only about a month apart. So that's still a lot of time, guys. It's just tomorrow's May, right? So, you still have 8 months to get crazy returns that usually happen within, I don't know, 8-12 weeks, when you see the parabolic rise of the bull cycle. And where is that going to fall in the next 8 months? Well, it doesn't, it could happen anytime, and this could technically be the start of it. We just don't know. I mean, we are above this trend line with Bitcoin anyway. And as it starts to go, ETH will follow it. They are still heavily tied together. We know there's institutions buying. Yes, the Ethereum side is under the trend line. I don't know why my chart is so out of whack here. What's going on? Oh, that's why. Maybe not.
When in doubt, zoom out, Ewok.
Well, I did. Either way. Yeah, I mean, so Ethereum is definitely below the trend line. What is going on?
What's wrong? What is wrong?
Well, I don't understand. I'm not sure what's happening, whether it's because it shows us now we're above it, but we're not. We're definitely not above the chart or the trend line for Ethereum. We're definitely down. I just don't know if my trend got bumped
what happened there
somehow. It should be. I'm not sure what happened. It got moved or something along those lines. But again, either way, we have plenty of time to complete the cycle this year, as we thought it may. And we'll just stick with the Bitcoin chart here for now. And this one's shown off now too. So I don't know what happened to my.
Yeah, your lines got moved. I don't know.
Yeah, somehow something. Either way, but yeah, it's looking completely fine and completely normal. I don't see anything wrong with where we're at. Again, this should be about right here.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it looks healthy. As for the ratio here, let's check out the old
pretty bad. I think it's pretty much
ratio. Still 0.019. So we're right down there where it's been hanging out for a while in this range. And that's the weekly. Let's look at the daily on that. Yep. It's been that way since the beginning of April. Essentially, we've been in this range of 0.18 to 0.19 somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But again, as Bitcoin kind of takes off, that will change. Ethereum will close the ratio only because of what I said last week, and that is how heavy Bitcoin is. For ETH to double right now, it's only 3,400, and that's not even an all-time high. 3,500. That's 1,000 away from its all-time high. So again, that ratio should change. Everything is, as far as I'm concerned, moving like normal, like it should. Um, yeah, that's about all I really have to say.
It is interesting, yeah, because alts, Ethereum and every altcoin basically has been crap for 2 years basically, but Bitcoin has been doing okay. So it is weird, but to be like, experiencing, I mean, because it is undoubtedly a bull market for Bitcoin. I mean, it has been. We have made all-time highs and all that stuff, but most people, that are investing in crypto are investing in altcoins, and they're just not really seeing any gains because we haven't seen Ethereum do anything. So, yeah, most of the people that are looking for actual gains beyond what Bitcoin's able to provide, especially Bitcoin from this point, I mean, what has it got? Maybe a 2x left in this cycle, if anything. I mean, maybe a little bit more than that, So that's what people are looking for, and that's really, why you have faith that Ethereum and these other things are going to run again. Like people, there is actual innovation there. There's literally people out there that still think like, oh, Ethereum is a scam, which I don't even understand what you really mean by that. But yeah, I mean, there's just plenty of things to go around. You just need to have money come back into this market. And I do think macro things need to change. I do think we need to see, we keep talking about it. I mean, it's been 3 months now, basically, since Trump has taken office. There's been a lot of rocky road kind of with him getting in there with some of the actions that he took that, a lot of people doubted that he was very serious about some of the tariffs, and maybe some of them he's actually not serious about, because we have, and what I mean by that is that some of them have been negotiation tactics. He's walked back a lot of stuff, but every day when there's a new headline about like this country, that country, and trade wars back and forth and stuff like that, it is going to affect markets, is my point. Like, regardless of what is happening, just the narratives, the headlines, and everything, it is going to affect markets. And we have seen that happen. We've seen the volatility in the stock market the whole way down onto crypto. So, as that stuff starts to settle down and people stop talking about it, stop worrying about it, and eventually I think the Fed has to cave and start cutting interest rates. I know that Powell's ego is big. I don't think it's as big as Trump's, which probably means he'll cave eventually. And, especially since the Fed are the ones who really control the world. I mean, they're the ones that control everything in the United States. So, yeah, when will they cut rates? And next week is an FOMC meeting, May the 7th and May the 8th. So we may have something to talk about there. And we'll see if it happens there, although not many people are expecting it. So, yeah, we want to see that happen too. So, do you have any kind of final thoughts on any of that stuff, or Bitcoin or Ethereum?
No, I mean, yes, we are waiting for them to lower rates, and that will be huge. And we'll see how Powell decides to go. At what point does he cave? And that's, I think, the big. I honestly think that's the big deciding factor here on how this really plays out.
Yeah. Yep. All the world's power is within Jerome Powell's hands. So what does he decide to do? So we shall see.